say this because this really been on my mind lately. I have nothing against the plain Jane females. And what I mean by that, like the females who doesn't go out, the female who doesn't like get their makeup done, the female who doesn't really get their hair done often, the plain Jane females. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against y'all, but why is it so hard for us pretty girls to come across a decent guy? It just seemed like all the guys, the good guys, always like cuff the plain Jane females, and I feel like you know us pretty girls, and I'm not calling the plain Jane females ugly. I'm just saying like the pretty girls that's extra, you know, you know, we love to dress up, we love fashion, we love keeping our nails and our hair done. And we just like to look good. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is it's hard being a pretty girl because I feel like it's a curse. Because I feel like we go through so much and I feel like we always gotta prove ourselves to for a to realize like we are the one. Being pretty is just a curse.
Hi, everyone. So, we're back for another video, and I want to preface this video with starting off by saying I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. I also want to say that this video is not for everyone. Okay, this video and the videos that are going to follow up this one are not for everyone. I want to stress that. And if you are perfectly content with how you are and what you have going on to save you the time and energy from tussling with yourself or being mad at Wild Heart Waves about what's going to be expressed in these videos, I would probably recommend you just find some good music to listen to or whatever else you like to do on YouTube, because these particular videos are likely not going to be for you. Now, for those of you that are still listening, this video is not about pleasing men, and it is less about giving them what they want and more about getting what you want. So if you are content with the type of men that you have been attracting thus far and this works for you, then that's great. But for those of you that are not, you should be thinking about the type of man that you want, along with what's going to get you that type of man, to include what level of lifestyle and the security that you are seeking for the least amount of work. What's going to allow you to rest comfortably as a feminine woman or not. What's going to afford you the opportunity to position yourself to secure a man of a certain caliber and quality. It's the law of attraction. Now, one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of women want the top tier men, the 1% men, the men that are highly attractive, the men that are physically in shape, the men that have the money and the high salaries. But oftentimes, these same women that want these 1% men are not willing to put forth the effort and energy that it takes to attract them. And what I mean by this is that most women feel as though men should just take them for the way that they show up aesthetically. And to a certain extent, of course, when it comes to your internal qualities, you are seeking someone that will respect you and accept you for who you are. But we would be naive to think that our internal qualities is what gets us through the door, because they do not. I'm not going to lie to you on this channel. Your internal qualities keep you throughout the relationship, but they do not necessarily get your foot through the door. As you begin dating and getting to know one another, your internal qualities then come through and shine out. But the first thing that's going to gain the attention of a high value man and keep the attention of a high value man is attraction. And when it comes to attraction, there are levels to this. How you groom and present yourself will determine the type of man that you attract. Your choice of clothing, your choice of makeup, your nails, your lashes, your hair, your weight, all play a role in the whole picture of what he sees. And step number one is being honest with yourself, with the understanding that the first few seconds that a guy even notices you and is showing interest in you, it is merely based off of your looks. And normally, the type of guy that is showing the interest is going to tell you what your sexual market value is. And while I understand that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the truth is that more women would probably find the right man for them if they are more realistic in regards to where they are and being content with this, or getting real about the changes that they should be making in order to attract better. To put it plainly, either date on your level or level up. It's simple. Now, the thing that my good sis is a bit confused about is that plain Jane is not what she's thinking it is. And the reason her view of what a pretty girl truly is distorted is because her mind has been brainwashed by the same social media matrix that has gotten women to shy away from their natural selves, their natural beauty, their natural hair, their natural bodies. And in return, many women have created caricatures, in a sense, costumes that have drowned them out via the makeup, the weaves, the excessive surgeries, and the adornments such as the nails, the clothing, the lashes. And most oftentimes, these looks mimic the rap girls, these same women that get into costume before they go on stage. So it's not that men, quote unquote, want plain Jane women, it's that men have never lost their attraction to natural beauty. Catch this game. The reason why women are so surprised when they get the attention from men, when they're not that dressed up, when they're just running into Target real quick, for an example, no makeup, no extra stuff going on, is because men are attracted to natural beauty. Your natural self is your natural beauty. How you are in your natural state tells him how his wife will look. When you are in a relationship with a man, you are at your most vulnerable. And your most vulnerable state is the raw and uncut version of you. And the raw version of you is your natural beauty. Your hair, your teeth, your smile, your skin, your dimples, the shape of your face, your breast, the cellulite on your thighs, your stretch marks. Your natural beauty is what he's going to go to sleep next to every night. Your natural beauty is what he's going to see when you're sick, is what's going to be present when you give birth to his child. And since men are drawn to natural beauty, we don't want to mask it or create a costume. We just want to highlight the features that we already have in the most aesthetically pleasing way. And how we do this is by nurturing our natural state so that it can flourish, by investing time and energy into ourselves. And the rule of thumb should really be that we should not be allowed to adorn our natural state with anything until we have properly nurtured our natural beauty first. We must nurture our natural state so that it can flourish before we add anything to it. So, for example, if we wear wigs or weaves, we need to be taking breaks between our installs to allow our own hair to breathe and actually nurture our natural hair. Getting in the mirror with the comb and getting some protective styles going, being conscious of the amount of heat and stress that we put on it so that it can flourish if it is not already. And while I am well aware that every woman does not need weave and that most women use it for convenience purposes, it most oftentimes does not look good or give off a natural and polished look unless the hair is of a certain quality and it is installed correctly. Okay, so that if we are afraid to go barefaced because we hate our skin, we need to be cleaning up our diets, drinking water. We need to be lowering the inflammation within our bodies, going on strike with the makeup until we get our skin together first, not masking it with makeup or creams that are not truly helping us or getting to the root of the issue. Because the root of the issue most oftentimes is going to be what's going on inside of the body, which is causing our skin to show up in the way that it is on the outside. So if we are unhappy with the shape of our bodies and how we look and are uncomfortable with dating or being around certain men because we don't like how we look or considering plastic surgery as a result, we need to get in the gym. Whether that's by a trainer, by ourselves on a membership, YouTube videos, the treadmill in our basement, walking with our coworkers after work. We need to put the fried chicken and the sodas away and the french fries away and opt for some water, opt for some vegetables and some protein, cancel some of those carbs and do away with some of those sweets. You see, the thing about it is that all this stuff that I just named plus some takes work. All of these things you actually got to put in work for. You actually have to wake up every day and be conscious about it. You actually got to put it into action, put it into place. And this is what I mean by levels. There's levels to this. The amount of work that you are willing to put into yourself, to pour into yourself, is most often going to mirror what you receive. Like attracts like. Most people who are similar to each other often attract each other. So again, the type of man that you are attracting is going to always mirror the type of energy that you are pouring into yourself. So how can we get upset by the type of men that we are going on dates with and in relationships with when we are not actually pouring enough time and energy into ourselves to potentially attract better? Because again, in order to attract a certain caliber or quality of man, more often than not, your looks and how you show up aesthetically quality is going to get you in the door. Now, the man is still the one that's being interviewed. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't forget that. We're just trying to position ourselves to attract a certain type of man. And again, everything is not for everyone, ladies. Okay, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. My new saying is going to be, the girls that get it, get it. Okay, the 1% men, the high value men, or the men that are of a higher quality than what you are used to dating, are not just walking around with women that don't pour into themselves. And the proof is in the pudding. Okay, and I talked about this some in the finesse video featuring 50 Cent and Cuban Link. And if you haven't checked out this video, by the way, please be sure to do so. High value men want high value women. Okay, and it's all around the board. And a part of being a high value woman is waking up every day to nurture and to pour into yourself. They are lying if they tell you that looks do not matter, because they do. Okay, and before y'all start this, oh, men gonna cheat on you no matter how you look, my response to that is most women are not even really ready to get real about that conversation anyways. Okay, a lot of men are going to cheat. Married men gonna cheat. Engaged men gonna cheat. Men that have girlfriends gonna cheat. A lot of men cheat. And 99% of men are going to look at other women, lust at other women, and think about other women, even the faithful ones, the young ones and the old ones. And the men that don't cheat are the men that wake up every day and make a conscious decision to be faithful to their partners. For humans, monogamy is not biologically ordained. Marriage is monogamous, not mating. So all I'm going to say is that we're not really worried about the smoke and mirrors. Okay, that's not what we're here for. We need to be trying to figure out, what do we want? What are we in it for? Are we trying to get the bag? Are we not trying to get the bag? Do we want to live a comfortable lifestyle? Do we not want to live a comfortable lifestyle? Do we want to work? Do we not want to work? Would we rather have a small business on the side and still want a man to be the sole provider? Are we okay with going 50-50, 70-30? What type of man do we want? Are we content with the street ninjas? Are we going to settle for the men that we've been dealing with, even though we don't feel equally yoked with them? Do we want a man that makes upward of $1 million? Is a man that makes $500,000 work for us? Or maybe all we need is a man that makes $100,000. Or maybe we're content with a guy that makes $50,000-$70,000. Again, to each his own. This is more about you answering the question as to, where do you see yourself? But regardless, the bottom line is that it's levels to this. And I need women to start getting honest with themselves about that, so that I won't give you all information overload. In levels 2, I will be going over some of my recommendations for hair, nails, makeup, clothing, etc., along with some complete looks that I think will make you look more polished and put together, and I want to show some major differences between what type of men are going to be attracted by each look. And as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, ladies. Until next time.